Hello everyone and welcome to the next tutorial here on Ducttapestuff. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a duct tape women's wallet, and if you've seen my tutorial on how to make a tower wallet, I'm going to be using pretty much the same measurements and a little bit of an added design from the tower wallet here. So if you've already seen the tutorial, you're going to have a little bit of an advantage. So if we're going to be using most of the same measurements and stuff like that. So here's how to make a duct tape women's wallet. So let's get started here. Alright, before we get started here, let me first start off by saying that you're going to be using a decent amount of tape when you make a duct tape women's wallet, especially in the design that I'm going to be showing you. Like, you're going to be using a lot more tape than you would usually use like in a bifold or a trifold wallet. So just to prepare you for that, your first step that you're going to do is you're going to cut out 4 strips of tape that are 8 inches long each. You're going to take your first 2 and you're going to stick them together just like this as best you can. So stick those directly on top of each other. Take your third strip, you're going to take your ruler here, you're going to line up the top of it with 0 here, and you're going to overlap it so that the bottom of this strip ends up at 3 inches, right down here. So that'll tell you how much to overlap it. So there we go. You're not going to need your ruler anymore. Flip the whole thing over, take your 4th strip, and you're going to cover up the rest of the sticky side, which is showing over here. And just stick that down. There you go. So now you have your first step. Alright, so hopefully you got the hang of making this one sheet here, because you're going to be making a decent amount more of them. You're going to be making 4 more of them so that you have 5 total. So do that now. It's going to take a little bit of time, and like I said, we're making a few more pieces on this women's wallet than on the traditional one. So just make those 4 extra pieces so you have 5 total. So do that now. Okay, so after you made those 4 extra pieces and you have 5 of these total, we're going to work on the part of the women's wallet that's going to be the billfold. So you're going to take 2 of them, and you can make sure they're exactly the same. Do any trimming if you need to. Make sure they're directly on top of each other, and you're going to cut out 3 strips of tape. One is 8 inches long and 2 of them are 3 inches long. You're going to put half of it on this top sheet here, half of it on the surface that you're working on. Flip the whole thing over and make sure it stays lined up in case it got separated. Fold the sticky side back around and stick it down on the back part here. Next you're going to do is seal up the sides. Take the first 3-inch strip, put half of it on this side, half it on the surface you're working on. Fold the whole thing back around. And you can just fold up any little bit of the sticky part that's showing. Come here to the other side. The other 3-inch strip, half of it on this side, and of course half of it on the other side. And then just fold that rest of the sticky side down. So there you have your envelope, which is going to be part of the billfold. So that's your second step. Alright, so after you've made your billfold here, you should have 3 sheets left. And like I said before, this women's wallet is going to have a few extra pieces. And as you can see, this women's wallet actually has 4 sheets that all fold together. And they're going to fold together just like this. These 2 are going to fold in, and then those 2 will eventually fold in to become one giant sheet. So keep that in mind when you're making it. And now you really get a chance to do a little bit of design work, and you want to figure out where you're going to put the billfold. And like I said, I wanted the billfold to be out here on the edge, so when you open it all up, it's here at the end. But like I said, you can move it around a little bit, and you just want to make sure that you don't seal it up, but you want to play around with it and figure out what piece you want to put it in, so that when you open it, the billfold will be in the spot that you want it. So the next thing we're going to do is connect all these pieces to make the basis of the women's wallet. Okay, so we'll connect these 2 pieces first. So you're just going to take one 8-inch strip. Just make sure these 2 are exactly the same, and they're laying on top of each other, just like this. You're going to put half of it on this side, half of it on the surface that you're working on. Flip the whole thing over. Make sure that they are lined up and that they didn't shift too much, and fold it back around, just like that. Okay, so that's made one of the hinges. As you can see, just like that. Next, what we're going to do is put one here in the center, and then eventually one over here. So this is what it looks like when it's all stuck together on the back there. As you can see, three pieces on the 3 joints, just so that it all folds. We have the billfold here all the way over on the left, and as you can see, those 2 just fold together like that, and then eventually the whole thing folds just like that. So that's the women's wallet so far. Obviously, it's pretty bare with just the bifold in there, so I'm going to show you how to put a few other things in this women's wallet right here. So that's what we're going to be doing next. A few extra added improvements. Okay, let's say you wanted to put a checkbook holder part in your women's wallet here. To do that, all you would need to do is take two 8-inch strips, stick them together just like this, and decide where you want to put it on your women's wallet here. This is the right side of the women's wallet, the way I had it before. Then you just take one more 8-inch strip, put half of it on this piece here on the top, and half of it on the surface that you're working on. You flip the whole thing over, make sure that it stays lined up on the bottom here. Fold it back around and stick it down. And then all you would need is just two smaller pieces of tape. Doesn't matter really how long they are. Just put half of it on that side, and then you can just wrap the rest of it around the back, just like that. And you do the same thing on this side right here. Half on this side, and then just wrap around the back, just like that. So there you have a spot for your checkbook holder to go, the cardboard part of the checkbook holder. The checkbook just slides right in the back there, and then it folds up. So now you have a billfold and a checkbook part in your women's wallet here. In the middle here you can do credit card holders or ID or anything else you want to do. And like I said before, since just like the tower wallet where I have credit card holders that go or vertical up and down like this, you're going to have to do the exact same thing in your women's wallet here. So I do show you how to do vertical credit card holders in the Tower Wallet tutorial, so I'm just going to refer you to that. If you want to figure out how to do the credit card holders in this women's wallet, you're going to have to do them vertically, and you can put a whole bunch of them in there because you got all this room to work with. And I do have a mini tutorial up on how to make an ID holder, so you can just use that same method to put ID in here as well. So I'm going to let you guys play around with it a lot. There's a huge amount of modifications you can put on your women's wallet. There's about a million different things you can do, and about several different ways you can arrange it too. So that's all I'm going to show you how to do for this women's wallet, and hopefully you guys will go crazy with it, give you an idea on how to make some really cool things. So that's how to make a duct tape women's wallet, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.